Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news Cartridge for Thursday, March 8th, 2018. Today's show is going to be great because there is a ton of news, so if you wanted a show packed to the brim, today is your day, with timestamps and reference links all down below. So, H1Z1 went free to play today, and let me tell you why I have a problem with that. And no, this isn't just me being a negative Nancy, there are some fucking issues with this. H1Z1 was first touted as a free-to-play game developed by Sony Interactive Entertainment in two different parts, and they were only charging for access to the beta, with the full release being free for everyone. When the company was sold and reformed to Daybreak Game Entertainment, it was decided to drop one of the halves due to low popularity, going forward with a single mode, and it was also decided it could no longer be free and would instead be charging the beta price of $20. It was then that H1Z1 made my list of games I would never play because I wanted to be smart and wait until release so it didn't cost me anything. I was wrong and missed out on peak player counts. Now the game has gone free alongside the Auto Royale mode, and many fans are demanding their money back, wondering why they paid for it in the first place. So after deciding the game would not be free, all of a sudden it is free because they couldn't compete with games like PUBG, and especially couldn't compete with games like Fortnite, which is already free. This seems like a desperate move to rebuild the player base, and it has already pissed off a lot of paying customers. Maybe you don't want to do that again in the future. I'm going to keep my eye on this one and see how it plays out, but I have no interest in giving it a try. You know what? How about an actual free game? Amnesia Dark Descent is currently free on Steam right now, and all you have to do is click install, and it's yours permanently. From there we go to release announcements, and with the Nintendo Direct comes a lot of Nintendo games, and I'm going to try to cover what I can. Starting with one that I'm very surprised to see, South Park The Fractured Butthole will be on Nintendo Switch on April 24th. And then another game surprising to see on a Nintendo platform, Dark Souls Remastered Edition is coming on May 25th, along with its own amiibo. Praise the sun! Next is one that is not surprising and should make a great addition to the Switch's library, the hit indie game and very influential Undertale, coming eventually. On to one confirming a rumor, the Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy will be releasing not just to Nintendo Switch, but also to PC and Xbox One on July 10th. Finally, the biggest reveal of all, a new Super Smash Bros. Game is coming sometime later this year, and obviously will feature characters from Splatoon. Nintendo really outdid themselves with this trailer. It gave me goosebumps, and go check it out for yourself. Today we confirm yet another game, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is the next one coming from Activision, also confirming the logo being 4 hash symbols rather than the usual IV for Roman numerals. On to some sad news, with the game Happy Wars for both PC and Xbox 360 shutting down its online services late this year on December 17th. Let's move on to some news about PUBG, as developer PUBG Corp revealed the roadmap today, outlining many things, including an experimental test server where you can try new weapons, new armor, and new vehicles. Also detailed was the next map to come to PUBG, and the dev team is going in a completely different direction, shrinking the area by more than half with a 4km by 4km map rather than the usual 10 by 10. There is no indication if the player count will be less than 100, but given the drastically reduced size of the map, I can pretty much assume this is guaranteed. In our final PUBG news, it appears the anti-cheat was getting a little overzealous today and was banning players without reason and randomly. PUBG Corp says they have not only identified the issue, but applied a fix, and any players who were banned should be able to play now. They also apologize for any inconvenience. Then we have a quick update to yesterday's top story about the Oculus Rift being rendered unusable due to a security certificate expiring. Oculus rolled out an update today that should fix the problem and are offering everyone $15 store credit on the Oculus Store. Good news to those who subscribe to either EA or Origin Access, you can now play all the Arkham games and the Lego Batman Trilogy. EA is currently offering a promotion of a 7-day free trial, but you have to get it before March 26th. The monthly price is $5 US. From there we go to this story about Sony blocking the game Super Seducer from appearing on their store. The game's content is questionable at best, about picking up women in what I feel are non-realistic ways, and while I do not stand for censorship, I also think a company has the right to sell or not to sell any products it desires. Both Sony and Richard LaRuna, the creator, are not commenting any further. I'd really like to know your thoughts on this one. Please share down below. Quickly before the final topic today, Valve has revealed some of the first information on their upcoming card game called Artifact. They want to make sure to let everyone know this is not a Dota 2 card game, but rather a card game using the Dota setting. In other news, Valve will attempt to split more hairs by insisting angel hair pasta is nothing like spaghetti. Regardless though, they say the card game is going to enhance other aspects of Dota 2, including more characters and different abilities. There is no pricing information or release window just yet. Finally for today, if you're one of the people who is looking forward to installing Linux on your PS3, well, I've got the next best thing. A team of programmers have developed a method to successfully install the Linux operating system on a PS4. It's called the PS4 Linux Loader and will work with firmware version 4.55, but you'll also need a FAT32 formatted USB and an understanding of how to format to Linux. This is a public release, but remember, if anything were to happen to your hardware, it will probably void your warranty, so anything you do is at your own risk. I do think this is a pretty neat idea and would make for an extremely small and very affordable, very powerful Linux box. I just don't know how to use Linux. If you do and you want to give this a try, then let me know how it went and I'll share the info here on my show. It's that time of day, time for tomorrow's game releases. For PC, The Bonfire, Forsaken Lands, Lair of the Titans, Triplicity, Live the Guitar, John Lazarus, Episode 1, Dead Man's Origin, Garden of Oblivion, Darwin Project, Dead Step, Faria, Spirit Bird, and Content Creator Simulator. I'm playing that one every day. For PlayStation 4, One-Eyed Kuthk. For Xbox One, One-Eyed Kuthk, Darwin Project, and Train Sim World Founders Edition. For Nintendo Switch, One-Eyed Kuthk, Flint Hook, Turtle Pop, Journey to Freedom, and Spy Chameleon. For PlayStation Vita, One-Eyed Kuthk. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And I got a new pair of gloves today. Both were lefts, which, on one hand, is great, but on the other hand, just isn't right. I can't tell if the jokes are getting better or worse. Click up here to watch the bonus episode for today's show. Click down here to watch yesterday's episode, which was about all Oculus Rifts having stopped working all at once, but obviously that problem is fixed now. And click over here to subscribe to my wonderful, wonderful channel. Thank you. See you tomorrow for Friday. Bye-bye.